Hello everyone, welcome back to Stardew Diaries. As you can hear, my voice is still pretty bad, but I think I can speak normally now. Well, normal enough. Anyways, as for today, I think we're just going to try and get a lot of money as much as possible because we're going to try and save up for a what you call it a smoker, a fish smoker, and we're going to sell all of this because we want to speak with we want to sell these to Pierre and get some more crops going. So we're not gonna do much fishing today, and yada yada yada. And I really need to unlock the community center so that I can at least finish whatever spring stuff that I need to sort out. I don't think we can do the community bundle in the first year, but it's just good to, cross out the ones that we can do right now. I think I unlocked the dialogue if I do this. I'll get an email or whatever to the wizard tomorrow, I think. I think that's how it works, because I haven't unlocked the wizard yet, so... Anyways, so here we go. I guess we already have 3, dandelions here. Let's just walk around and forage as much as we can, so that we can buy as much crops as we can. I'm not sure if potatoes are still going to make it by the end of spring, but I have a little bit of confidence that it will. Also, I think we're missing... I'm not sure when the... what you call it? I'm not sure when the... What do you call it again? The flower dance would begin, but it's quite unfortunate that I haven't done any, romancing stuff yet. I'm not really sure who to go for. Or maybe we shouldn't go for anyone at all, This could be just, like a marriageless run, which is kind of sad, isn't it, huh? But we'll see, Oh, doesn't want to make friends. But we'll see. Anyways, so let's sell all of these and buy as much. I think potatoes are still, it's gonna be risky though. 22. Does today count? I don't think so. So, let's just buy some parsnips, or maybe some kale. No, that takes 6 days. Sure. Let's buy some parsnips, I guess. As many as we can. Ooh, maybe 30 might be too much. Maybe 30 might be too much, but that's a huge boost at least. I mean, it's only for a couple of days, and we should be fine. Maybe we should go for Alex. I mean, he is pretty cute, huh? I don't know. My voice is still jacked up, I'm so sorry about that. I can't really do anything about it. When I started, it was fine, but now it's definitely going away. I don't want to really force it too much either. So let's just take it easy, Anyways, let's go plant all of these down, and then proceed with tomorrow. And yeah, the stuff that I want to talk about today, the topic of the day is all about anger management. And yeah, again, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist of anything. I'm just sharing my experiences, and maybe hopefully you guys pick up a few things about my experiences and apply it to your minds, or experiences too. So essentially, where do I even start? When I was young, I always, I'm in a lot of fights. I always punch people because people were bullying me, and that's not very nice. And that's just my defense mechanism. Growing up, very unfortunate that that is the case, but um, I've and fighting, and I pretty much have uh, fist fights when I was in elementary school for I don't know, once every month or so. um, I would never instigated it. It's mostly them teasing me, bullying me, well, for as long as I can remember. I'm not really sure if that is the case, but from what I can remember, that is the case. One time I even like uh shoved a piece of paper in my classmate's mouth because they were trying to hack my account, and they were sharing around my account on a piece of paper, which I stole from them because it's my account. And well, one of them borrowed my account. That's why they have it in the first place. And then I basically stole that piece of paper from them, and then I put it in the hacker's mouth, and the person that's sharing it. I was and I got sent to the principal's office, and yada yada yada, and I got slapped on the wrist about it. My dad was in the school, and he wasn't mad at me about it. He knows how passionate I am about video games, and what they did is clearly wrong. Unfortunately, I also did ruin the evidence because that paper is covered in saliva, and it's no longer, you know, it's unintelligible, so they can't read what was actually there, so I couldn't necessarily prove that they did share my account. So, whatever. um, that's what happened, and basically after that point, sorry about this. I'm still very sick. And so after that, um, I really, needed to learn how to manage my emotions, and it really came down to breathing. Having, calming myself down. It's one of my strategies. Having a good rhythm when you breathe. It helps me when I sleep. It helps me calm down when I get anxious. It helps me calm down when I'm, tired of, out of breath. I'd say I have a good sense of control over my breathing. Um, it helped me in a lot of situations before. So that's one of my big like um methods on how to calm myself, especially when I'm angry. So that's the physical side of things, but there are also other aspects that grown and shaped how I view anger um, in a more meaningful way, and I'll talk about it in a bit. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here. I did say we don't plan on fishing, but considering that it's still early, and I still have some energy, why not? Let's go fish. And I don't think I've ever fished in the mountains in this game yet, so I want to go to the mountains. I think I did for a little bit when I did the food episode, which is again one of my favorite. It is the one that I edited, so I'm not sure if that's an indicator that I need to edit more of my videos. Um, but whatever. Anyways, so how did my perception of anger change over time? So, breathing and helping myself calm down is one thing, but avoiding anger is still a different topic, a different conversation. So the way I view anger now, especially if I'm the one angry, is that people that are angry are just frustrated. Well, it depends. Frustration and anger are different things, but um, I see people that are angry, um, they always have a reason why they are that way, why they're upset. So if I'm angry about something, the most common case is that I'm not getting what I want, or I'm disappointed in something, you know? So the way I deal with anger now is, if that's the foundation of the reasons of why I'm being angry, I just, break it down, not dance. I break it down to the simplest parts, like why am I angry? Let's say my partner didn't do the dishes when I asked him to. Um, and he might have a reason for it, like maybe he may be too busy, or like emotionally stressed, that I might not know, um, on the fly, and like I asked him to, and then he didn't, and then angry. Then I need to open up that dialogue with him, and ask if, like, why he didn't do the dishes. So um and you can be angry at your, let's say, your brother because he's annoying, and your, let's say, younger brother because he's annoying, and maybe he's just asking for your attention. Maybe he's having some insecurity, and you being the older brother, is gives him like someone to look up to, and that's his way of trying to get close to you, something like that. Or maybe they're just bored, and that's an avenue that you can start introducing him to other hobbies and things like that. So before you get upset, before you get angry at a person, I would say, or any situation, I would say to try and break it down and try to know, what's the cause of you being angry. And that pretty much, like, I never get angry nowadays. I would say that I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. I would say that I only get, disappointed and frustrated. So I get disappointed when I made every step necessary to avoid the uncomfortable situation. When I've made effort on it, like um, like I made sure, like we're going on a trip, and I made all the plans, and I made sure that everyone's on the same page, and like we have the tickets, we have the timetables or whatever, and like everything's scheduled and going, and then one person does his own thing and it ruins the entire schedule. Then I would obviously be very you know upset about it. But instead of lashing out at the person, I would try to resolve the situation. Like, what can we take away from the schedule so that we can get back on track? Do we need to change the schedule because apparently some people don't want to follow it? You know, I don't get angry. I just break it down, see what I can do to make it worthwhile, because that's my end goal all the time, pretty much. Like in any sort of situation, as being a stoic, um, whatever challenges or unexpected challenges or circumstances that we face, we just try to work around it, and make it we make every situation um, worth it, like worth our time. And so I get either upset or disappointed. I rarely get angry. Like, for example, I mean, my relationship with my partner isn't perfect. We get into arguments and stuff like that, like every relationship does. But I never really get angry at him. I'm just either, again, disappointed or upset, like it's okay to feel negatively in a situation, or uncomfortable in a situation. That's completely normal. But and lashing out sometimes may be necessary to make them realize that they're upsetting you, that they're doing something that's not pleasant or not good, that could potentially lead to further harm in a situation. Um, and sometimes you have to channel that, like once you become aware of how you break down like a negative situation that can make you angry. It you can turn that into something positive depending on how you take a look at it. For example, a lot of people complain about League of Legends, saying that it's a very frustrating game to play. But honestly, for me, it's one of the most, you know, uh, not necessarily relaxing, but it makes my mind think so much that I forget about the other things. Like it's one of my most stable coping mechanism because I'm so familiar with the game. I'm so comfortable in it. I'm not the best, but I forget about everything else. Like when I have a bad day, if I play a game of League, I get so engrossed in the game that I forget about what other stuff that I'm doing or stressed about. So even if it's frustrating, even if your teammates are not playing well, it's all about your perspective. I'm playing the game to ease my mind, and I'm still trying my best and things like that. And no matter how well, it depends. Like it really tests my patience. But I'm just giving an example here. But it's all about your perspective and how you perceive it. And for me, again, it doesn't get me angry. Sure, it gets a bit frustrating and disappointing, but it's just a game. And you know when you apply that to real life, when you're around annoying people or frustrating people, lashing out at them, in my experience, just makes things worse. And being mature and being open and stuff like that would just make it a lot easier for you to navigate those kinds of situations. Being um, aware and knowing how to break down those kinds of situations will definitely help you. So, if you've ever been, upset or angry or frustrated or things like that, then I highly suggest that you consider. Um, I'm not sure if we're going to reach 1,000 gold if I keep hoarding my fish, but whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something from that spiel. And sorry if it's not chill again, but anyways, I don't want this episode to be too long. I am actually quite sick. I need to lie down soon. So let's just chop down some trees and relax for the rest of the day. I mean, we still have a little bit of time, so why not make use of it and chop down some trees. Before we go to bed, because it will be a waste of energy if I just don't use it. Maybe I should have brought my scythe. Let's go get the scythe. Also, summer's rolling in, and I plan to do something big in the summer. If I have enough, no, I don't have enough iron, so we're probably looking at mining for most of summer because I really wanna get sprinklers up and running. That will help with the farming side of things, or maybe a coop or something like that. Just start to get things going would be great. Let's head back home at 1. Should still have some enough time. But again, I want this to be more fish oriented. I don't want to necessarily do too much farming, just enough to get me going. But definitely I will spam fish ponds as much as possible. Maybe designating like 2 quadrants of this farm just solely on fishing or on fish ponds, and growing my base or my farm in on that aspect. I realized it's 1:40. Let's run. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. Oh dear, I might have overdone it. Oh no, I don't think we're gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna make it. If we get inside the house, oh no. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Um, we did not make it home. I did not realize the time, but hopefully it's a Wednesday, so hopefully the stuff that you guys are doing are on their way, and you're wrapping those up for a successful weekend, um, for a relaxing weekend rather. But I hope you're being productive if you're watching this while you're eating. I hope that you've ate well. Sorry if it's a bit abrupt, but yeah. I guess that's it. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.